A very good afternoon. This is Younib TV at 1. My name is Joseph Kamau. Our first bulletin starts on a somber note this afternoon as the bodies of the 2 of the 3 men reported missing in Mulolongo last December have been found. Family members confirmed the identities of Justus Musimi and Martin Mwau at Nairobi Funeral Home, a month following their unexplained disappearance. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja and DCI Director Mohammed Amin presented themselves in court on Thursday morning, where they denied having the 3 in police custody.
We got a report yesterday that the body of Justus Mutumwa was found alongside the river in Nairobi River, and DCI and police, they have taken the DNA test for the fingerprints, and they have reported the matter at our rural area, where the ID identifies himself that it is the body of Justus Mutumwa.
We have none of the subject. I want to confirm before this court that we have none of them.
Under the circumstances, my lord, we can neither produce their bodies pursuant to the writ of habeas corpus, nor can we formally prefer any charges against them.
The fact that the Inspector General of Police and also the Director of the DCI can come to court and tell the court they have no idea, yet this was being done and fingerprints were taken, identified yesterday, it either means that they are not talking to each other, or they do not have control of their different agencies within the National Police Service.
We have now sent our rapid response team to go to the mortuary and find out from more in terms of what has happened in this matter.
Now, on to our next stories. MPs have questioned the government decision on SHA. Now, the government was put in a difficult situation to clarify to members of National Assembly why, 4 months after its launch, the Social Health Authority SHA continues to encounter difficulties. The Ministry of Health was assigned the responsibility of clarifying matters that include system delays, inadequate funding for chronic diseases, and the ineffective communication regarding the new health system. Harry Kimtai, the Principal Secretary for Medical Services, succumbed to pressure from the MPs and agreed to drop the case against Grace Mulei, who was arrested while demonstrating against systemic failures at the Kenyatta National Hospital.
You have the discovery that was there in the arrest, and we will also know 2 or 3 things. First, who was the complainant for this case to be arrested? Was it SHA? Was it the ministry? Or was it the police acting on their own volition without investigation by either SHA or the ministry?
From what I have picked from the video, was no fracas, no one was injured, and the ministry being a public place, you cannot talk of trespass. If I were you, in the interest of the image of your ministry and the family, I will be going up to
And since the ministry is a complainant, we are going to review the case, and if there is need for us we are going to withdraw the case.
Now, the government has officially launched its ambitious nationwide campaign to vaccinate livestock. The program was launched by the Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe in Laikipia County. The initiative aims to vaccinate a minimum of 22 million cattle and 50 million goats and sheep over the next 3 years.
Kama vile tulikuwa nasema haba mambo ya COVID. Na mnajua hata wakati huo Kuna watu walisema hii chanjo la COVID hapana mzuri. Livestock owners, livestock breeders, to be reassured and to trust that we cannot go out of our way to tell them to use something that we don't believe in. Because what sort of leadership would we be? What sort of people would we be if we would tell people to use something that we have not checked, that we have not certified, that we are not happy with? I believe it was a communication breakdown. It is not a refusal. The propaganda came out of lack of knowledge, ambao watu hawajui ni kitu gani wanasema.
Tungekuomba ya kwamba kwa sababu sisi tumekubali na ishara ya wananchi wamekubali kuduga ng'ombe zao shindano, tafadhali tunakuomba, because of the livestock movement permit, sisi tunaweza kataza, lakini kuna wengine wanaweza kuigiza ng'ombe zao kwa nguvu hapa.
The investment the government is making to transform the livestock sector to a wealth generating industry is viable because we have enough livestock. Every year we slaughter 3 million cattle in Kenya.
Siasa upande moja, fitina upande moja, ukweli upande moja. Ukweli ni kwamba chanjo liko hapa, na sababu gani tunasema wewe uchanje ng'ombe zako? Hii ni maisha yenu jameni. Ni maisha yenu, wajua serikali haina ng'ombe.
We must meet international standards for our livestock products so that we can be able to export our meat, our milk and other livestock products in many parts of the world, especially in the Middle East where we have a big market. For us to meet the demands, the health demands from the international market, we must vaccinate our livestock.
Now, shifting focus to matters education, the Ministry of Education has announced the release of 14 billion shillings in capitation, promising an additional 15 billion in the coming weeks. Kenyan Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers (KUPPET) has welcomed the disbursement, having previously threatened to shut down schools if the government did not release the funds. The union has criticized TSC regarding the current teacher promotion exercise, insisting that it should be conducted in a proportion basis.
Today we released 14.3 billion shillings for our secondary schools as tranche 1. I can affirm that our schools are now able to adequately run.
Hoping that the minister will live to his word and the money will hit the account by the end of tomorrow.
And we are working with our colleagues in the National Treasury to ensure that all the resources that we had to release to our secondary schools are released.
We understand that now the slots are being shared equally. The county that has got the highest number of teachers must get the highest number of slots. So we just want to welcome the decision. It will favor justice. Teachers were really worried about the kind of discrimination that the private candidates would have met.
Courts made its decision yesterday. In no way will it disadvantage our learners. The only thing is that we are denying the country and our learners an opportunity to be able to get a second chance.
Moving along to Nakuru County, the court testimony of a Kenya Wildlife Service (KWS) officers has sparked serious worries regarding the safety and treatment of suspects held in police custody. In court, David Oyugi, the KWS Regional Assistant Director, acknowledged that Brian Odhiambo was bound with a rope prior to his alleged escape. The act has been condemned by human rights activists and disability advocates who describe it as a breach of human rights that could have caused Brian serious injuries prior to his disappearance.
Is it an isolated case?
I'm not aware about that, my lord.
You are not aware about it.
Hapa hakuna venye mimi utaweza ni convince mtu amefungwa kamba mkono na akimbia kushinde. Wanajua mali penye kijana wetu yuko.
It's very embarrassing for our institution to tell us that they could tie a suspect with a rope. Whether it was sisal or non-sisal, it's a very dehumanizing thing, and we don't know to what extent that is allowed by law.
Ingekuwa ni kwako, ungerushiwa tear gas ndani ya nyumba. Uko na mtoto wa miezi 6, uko na mtoto wa miaka 3, wana collapse kwa nyumba.
We also want to commend the DCI for being bold enough and to recommend to the DPP to arrest the 6 suspected KWS Rangers and charge them with abduction with intention to murder.
We trust that the courts will serve the family and friends and everyone else of Brian Odhiambo.
Still in county news, in Kwale County, human activists have complained about the increase in cases of murder of women in the country. They have strongly condemned the killing, which they say is a violation of human rights. Speaking in Kwale County, the activists urge the perpetrators to desist from the atrocious acts and pursue positive paths in solving disputes.
Mtu akikukosea, jaribu kuketisha mwenzako chini, muelezee kama kuna shida, ajue shida iko wapi, na kukata mwenzako. Maana hata ukimkatishia maisha, ile kama ni tatizo halitakuwa limeisha. Ni sawa, maana utapata na mwingine tena utamuua. Kitu kizuri ni mkae chini mkajadiliana, kama kuna makosa ukajua iko wapi, ukifungua roho ukaongea, haitafikia hapo kuua.
Yule ambaye anashikwa katika tendo hili, hasa wanadhulumu wanawake na kuwaua, ni wachukuliwe hatua kali. Saa zingine inakuwa ni vibaya sana, mtu aliua mtu ama alimfanyia mwanamke kitu kibaya, baada ya siku chache anaenda anatetewa na anatoka. Pale haki ya mwanamke inaonekana haipatikani. Kwa hivyo serikali tunaomba tafadhali pia waweze kuchukua hili.
Tendo hiki pia kinafanya watoto kuishi bila mama. Kwa sababu mwanamke akishauliwa inamaanisha kuwa watoto wataishi bila mama. Na familia bila mama, hiyo si familia. Kwa sababu mwanamke ni nguzo ya jamii. Mwanamke ni nguzo ya familia. Mwanamke ndio kila kitu. Bila mwanamke maendeleo hakuna.
Now, as we wrap up with sports, the annual motorsport event, the 2025 World Rally Championship, WRC Safari Rally, has received a significant financial boost from Kenya Commercial Bank, KCB. The bank pumped $209 million as part of the sponsorship deal. The renowned 4-day rally will commence on March 20th, 2025 and finish on March 23rd in Naivasha. Also, 4 local drivers will compete under the KCB banner as part of the sponsorship.
This year is going to be spectacular, and that is why today is a very special day, because we are announcing to Kenya and the world that the World Rally Championship, Safari Rally Kenya, will be very exciting this year.
KCB must remain on the table. And if we are going to have the only rally in Africa, in Kenya, where it is London for KCB, then we must be at the forefront. Fighting for the brand Kenya and fighting for brand KCB is one and the same thing.
This partnership with KCB has been instrumental in making the Safari Rally a world-class event, contributing to Kenya's identity as a motorsport destination, as a sporting destination, the impact we have in Naivasha, in Gilgil, in Nakuru, in Nairobi, at the port of Mombasa where all our containers come through, at the airport is immense.
Hopefully with the new stages that are there, we may be a bit more smoother.
Go to the spectator zones of KCB. I mean, absolutely amazing setup. Kuna nyama, kuna drinks, music.
We do have a few more tests to do for the car. Of course, we have to change some oils and just the general servicing of the car.
Well, we have come to the end of our news bulletin at 1. My name is Joseph Kamau. Remember to be amazing than yesterday and less than tomorrow. Have a lovely weekend.